What's good everyone, it's Mark from MotoGear TV. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and in today's video I will be installing my aFe carbon intake on my E90 M3. And there you have it, the aFe carbon intake for the BMW M3. Now this is the part number for any of you guys that are interested in picking up this particular unit. Now for this video I will be going ahead and giving you guys my honest opinion after we perform the install. It shouldn't be that difficult, so let's go ahead and see what's in the box. Now, as far as kit contents go, this is pretty much it for the entire kit. It does come with a silicone coupler that will attach the intake to the plenum, 2 hose clamps, the actual intake elbow itself, and then the filter is in this box. But honestly, just looking right at the intake elbow, man, the carbon fiber actually looks really nice. Now aFe is known for having very high quality products, so I'm really liking the way that this intake elbow is looking overall. And I do like the way that they have the logo on the system. Now this isn't a sticker, it's actually clear coated on, so for those of you guys that aren't really a fan of the logo, you won't be able to move this, unfortunately. But this system, I did go ahead and get the dry version. They do have a oiled version for those of you that would like to run an oil filter. I personally decided to go with the dry one. And then opening the box, you guys can see it's dry, do not oil. Let's take it out. So pretty straightforward as far as filters go. The oil version will be blue, so if you want to figure out how to distinguish between the two, that will be the key feature on both. And then looking on the inside, I do like the fact that they have their logo stamped on the inside of the filter. Small detail, but I think that adds to the overall quality of this unit. Now, when it comes to dry versus oiled, I don't really have a particular preference, but I do know that there have been some cases of people having issues with filters being overly oiled. So I decided that the dry one ultimately would be the best option for my car. I do know the OEM filter is dry as well, so it'd be a good replacement going from that to this. As a pro reference for any of you, this system is carb legal, so for those of you in California, this may be very important for you to have. So that's pretty much the general overview of the entire kit. Now let's actually go ahead and assemble some of the components, and then we can take this over to the car and get it installed. So to get started, you'll only need 2 tools, a T25 Torx and a 6mm hex socket. And then to begin, we'll need to remove the screws that hold the airbox cover on. And then from there, we'll loosen the 2 clamps on the elbow. And then finally, we'll need to remove this air hose. This is actually pretty simple. All you have to do is pinch on the top on the bottom portion. And then that just slides off like so. There's an OEM air filter. Actually, the condition of the filter isn't that bad. I think this was probably recently changed, but as you guys can see, we do have like some dirt and stuff in the airbox. So I'll probably go ahead and clean that up, and then we can continue. Now let's go ahead and loosen the clamps. You guys don't have to remove these completely, just loosen them. Just like that, the filter comes out. Put that to the side, and then the elbow comes right out. So moving on, as you guys can see, I went ahead and everything's all clean on this side. Now before we go ahead and bring the intake in, I do think it would be easier if we removed this piece just to give us some added clearance. I've seen people do this install with this piece in, but honestly, it's a little bit tight of a space. Now to remove this, all you need to do is remove 2 T20 screws right here, and then this piece pretty much slides out, and then as you guys can see, we have all this extra clearance to get the intake in. So let me go ahead and grab it. And then coming back in, there really isn't any specific method. I just want to try to line it up as best as you can. Now this part is honestly the hardest part of this whole install, so just take your time and work it in. And just like that, we are done with the installation. Guys, this intake is absolutely perfect. Fitment is 10 out of 10, everything lined up super great. Install was a breeze, and even coming over at the filter, I'm really glad I went with the dry version because the gray kind of matches the paint. I know it doesn't make a big difference, maybe it adds 5 horsepower, I don't know, I think it looks cool. But yeah, this is pretty much the full system complete. Now I did leave the airbox cover off purely for sound purposes. I'm curious to see what the difference is with the airbox lid off versus on. When I go for a test drive, I'll really be able to hear the sound differences with both setups. Now lastly, as a quick tip for you guys, I did mention the removal of this intake scoop. Now when reinstalling this piece, you will have to do it at the same time as the intake elbow. I tried to do it after the fact, and honestly it was extremely difficult to get this piece in. So what I did was I just loosened this rear clamp and I was able to move the elbow forward and then slide this piece in. So definitely do it that way. You'll have no issues with this install and you should be good to go. I must say I'm very pleased with the sound overall. The tone and induction noise from the intake is very deep. It has a nice grunt to it, as you guys just heard when I compared it to the OEM airbox. Like, you really do get a very big improvement when it comes to the sound, and I think it's a wonderful mod, especially for the price when you compare it to something even more expensive such as a plenum. So really, if you're looking for an improvement in sound but you aren't looking to spend a lot of money, guys, I think the intake is really gonna be your best bet. Now I will say I did get really lucky when it came to this intake system. I actually purchased it way before I bought the car. I was looking online for some mods and I came across this aFe carbon intake for half off MSRP, brand new, so you know I couldn't pass up the deal. And honestly, it gave me the sound that I was looking for the price that I wanted to pay, so that's a win-win in my book. Guys, if you enjoyed the E90 M3 content so far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, let me know what you think of the mods we've done so far. Now for the next video, I will be diving into some special interior mods, so be sure to look out for that video really soon. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. We're gone.